Hi lovely people, welcome back to my tutorial for today. I sincerely appreciate you guys from my heart. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for your support. And please, if this is your first time, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe. And also touch the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So now today's class we shall be looking at how to make a very beautiful skirt. How to make an inline skirt. Okay, all right. So here I have my fabric and I'm using a scuba material fabric. Okay, all right. So here I'll take my measurements. So I'll be starting my measurement from this point. Okay, all right. And the length of the skirt I'm working with is 42 inches. So I minus 2 inches because it will be having a band. So I minus 2 inches for the band. So here I have 42 and a half. I'll be using the half an inch to join the band and the skirt. Okay, so from here I'll take my hip line, which is 8 inches, and my under hip is 12 inches. Okay, then my hip line is 21 inches. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and connect those lines. Okay, from those my hip line, instead of marking this 21 inches, I will come up by 3 inches. Okay, all right, so here I will just connect this one and I will ignore this. Okay, all right. Okay, the next thing to do is to impute my measurement. So the waist I'm working with is 40 inches, divide by 4 to give us 10 inches. So here I will mark my 10 inch. I just folded this once to cut out the front piece, and after cutting the front piece I will use it to cut out my back piece because I want to be adding an extra allowance at the center of the back. Okay, so that's why I'm not cutting it together. All right, so I'll just add 1 inch for the dart and 1 inch for my allowance. Okay, so here the hip I'm working with is 48 inches, divided by 4 to give us 12 inches. So here I will just add extra 1 inch for our seam allowance. So the hip measurement on my under hip is 46 inches. So divide by 4 will give us 11 and a half. Okay, so I'll also add 1 extra inch for our seam allowance. Okay, so here altogether I'm having 12 and a half inches. So coming down to my hip line, coming down to my knee line, I will mark that 12 and a half. Okay, so because I want those parts to go inside, I will come in by 1 inch. Okay, you can decide to go in by half an inch depending on how you want it to be. So I'm going in by 1 inch because this material is also a stretchy one. Remember I said it's a scuba material, so that is why I want it to be so. Okay, so you can decide to do it to go in by half inch. Okay, all right, so here just connect it. I'll just go ahead and bring out the curveness of it so that I will reduce the sharpness. Okay. Okay. So the next thing to do is to determine how wide you want the down part to be. Okay. So here I have, at the down, I have 18.5 inches. Okay, remember that our hip measurement is 12 inches after divided by 4. Okay, so I just added extra 6 inches to it. Okay, so here I have 18 inches that I add my half inch. Okay, that we use to shape it out. So what I would do now is just to connect from this my knee line down to the M line. Okay, so from here I will just connect it straight to this part. So you can decide to okay. So here I don't want it to be pencil to point out this way. So what I would just do is just to come up by 1.5 inch. Okay. Then I will connect this 1.5 to the down part this way. Okay, just to dodge out this bulginess here. Okay. So I'll just go ahead now and cut this out. Or I can equally take out my 1 inch here. Okay, I'll just mark 1 inch. I'll just mark out 1 inch at this my waistline, so that when I wore my skirt, this folding at the belly part will cover very well, so that it will not be bulging out this way. Okay, so that when you wear it, it will just lap with your tummy. Okay, so here I'll just come down here by 1 inch. So from this point now, I will just connect it to the main line. So after cutting it out, we have this. So I'll just go ahead and fold out my fabric again, then place this and cut out the back piece. Okay, I've placed the front piece at my another fabric to cut out the back piece. So remember that here we minus 1 inch. Okay, so you can just decide to leave it, then after cutting out the back piece, you can now cut out minus this 1 inch. But if you have done that, just input that 1 inch back. Okay, so here I'll also go ahead and mark out my 1.5 inch for our zipper. I'll just mark 1.5. Just mark 1.5. Okay. I'll mark this 1.5 till my hemline. So I'll just connect it. Okay, so after marking it, I will just connect it with a straight line. Then coming in to thus my nail line, I'll go in by 0.75, or you can decide to go in by half an inch. Okay, so from here now, I will just connect this line to this my 0.75. Okay, I'll just connect this line this way to make the 0.75. Okay, so from this point now, I will now connect it down to my hem line. So at this back piece, I added 7.5 inch, including my zipper allowance. Okay, remember that I said I don't want it to be equal with the front line. So I will just connect this. I'll just use this. So from the 0.75, I will connect it down to my hem line. Okay, the reason why I did not connect this thing straight is at the back of our dress, of our A-line skirt, you notice that at the straight center back, you see that the nail line goes inwards. Okay, so that is the reason why I go in by this 0.75, so that it will give me that nice look. Okay, all right, so here I will just cut this out like this. Then I will trace out this side and also cut it out. Okay, okay, here I have my front and my back piece. As you can see, it's very simple and easy. So I'll just go to my machine now and join the two parts. Okay, I'll just input my darts and join the front and the back, and I'll also insert my zip, and I'll cut out my band. Okay, so it's either you cut out a straight band or you cut it differently for the both sides and for the front, but I think I'll be cutting a straight band since this is a stretchy fabric. Okay, so I'll just do that and come back and show you the outcome of the dress. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so this is the result of our skirt. As you can see, it comes out very beautiful. Okay, all right. And I have one observation. Whenever you want to do a skirt or a gown, a fabric that has to do with a stretchy material, I'll advise you minus like 2 inches from your normal your main measurements, okay, so that when you are shaping you won't shape it that much. Okay, so thank you for watching till the end. Till we meet in my next class. All right, love you all, bye.